and good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. My name is Devren Cook, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the coronavirus and the real estate market, and what it means for you if you're looking to buy a home in 2020, sell a home in 2020, or are just otherwise curious about real estate. So stick around, and we're going to cover a bunch of things. All right, so in this video, I'm going to cover a couple of different things, but first I want to offer a little disclaimer, and that is that nobody really knows what's going to happen and how this whole situation is going to pan out with the coronavirus. We've seen that the stock markets have been very volatile, very up and down. The Dow Jones has lost about 32% of its value since the start of the year, which is huge. But overall, we as people, as Americans, we don't know what's going to happen and how this is going to long-term affect us in the market or in real estate, with stocks, with anything really. But we know that the longer it goes on, the worse it's going to be for everything. So hopefully all this is kind of resolved quickly, everyone gets better, no one else gets sick, and we can all go back to living our jolly lives. So there's been a lot of talk about whether or not we are in a real estate bubble, a housing bubble, and the real estate market is going to crash and tank like 2008. Now, a big difference with 2008 versus now is that in 2008, the real estate industry was the cause of the market crash, whereas now it's something totally different. It's this virus that is going around. And so that's a very big difference, with the real estate industry not actually being the cause of the market downturn. It puts everybody that owns real estate or is looking to buy or sell real estate in a much better position. So that's my little disclaimer. Now I'm going to go through 4 points that should help everybody kind of think about this whole situation we're in. The first one is that shifts in the economy and shifts in the market can create very unique opportunities if you're ready and able to take advantage of those. So many buyers right now are actually holding off, and by that I mean those people that are just kind of looking around. They don't have to buy a new home or a new piece of property. A lot of those people aren't looking anymore because they're waiting to see how this all kind of pans out. So in my market in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, we've actually seen our showings overall across the entire Metroplex drop to about 10% of what they were last year. So that's significant. Now, if you're in the market to buy a home, that does not mean that just because no one else is looking that you should not be looking. What's happening is if no buyers are looking for the homes, you can actually go out and buy a home. You won't be dealing with multiple offers. The sellers will be happy to give you the showing, to give you the home, and to sell the home to you. Each market, each area, each city is gonna be a little bit different, so consult with your real estate professionals, but that's what's going on in Dallas-Fort Worth right now. And so if you are looking to buy a home, don't just dismiss it automatically and think now is not a good time. Know that you are in an opportune time to buy a home while not many other people are, and you can potentially get a better deal from doing that. Now in Dallas, we're still in a very strong seller's market despite the showings dropping so much. But in other parts of the country, they are leaning more towards a buyer's market, and that's just gonna help even more with you getting a great deal on your home. Now the second thing, and this largely is going to influence the people buying homes, is interest rates are still extremely low. We saw a couple weeks back that they were down to a record 3.25% on average. Those are record lows, and they're not at those rock bottoms at this point. They've been fluctuating a lot, sometimes as much as 0.5 percentage point or so a day. Interest rates are super low right now. They're not at the rock bottoms that they were a couple weeks ago, but they are still extremely low historically, and it makes sense to take advantage of those rates because that's going to save you a lot of money in the long term. Even if you're getting an interest rate around 4% or so, the average since 1990 is about 8%, so you're still saving a ton of money. So to recap those last 2 points, one, if you're looking to buy a home, it's a great opportunity because not many other people are going to be looking right now because they're worried about this virus. There's things that you can do to go see homes, like taking virtual tours and those kinds of things, working with your real estate agent so that way they can make that happen while you all stay safe and do the whole social distancing thing. Two, it's a great time because interest rates are extremely low. We never know what's going to happen with them. They could very easily go up to 5 or 6%, and you will have lost out on those rates that are in the 3 or 4% range. Now, the third thing I'm going to say about the market is more geared towards the sellers, and that is if you have a home to sell and you need to sell it, you've been planning on selling it this year already, you're better off selling it now than by waiting 3 months, 6 months, whatever it's going to be, and seeing how this all pans out. Then you might be thinking, well, Devren, we got to wait and see what happens. You know, I don't want to sell when it's low. You know, I want to sell when it's high and make the most amount of money, really capture my equity. I get that. But here's the thing. If we were to go into a severe bear market, severe downturn, and the real estate market was just to drop, just to bottom out, what would happen is, say that was to happen in 6 months from now, and you decided, oh, well, I gotta capture my equity, I gotta get moving anyway, I really need to sell my house. There's gonna be thousands and thousands of other people in your market looking to sell their homes as well because of job transfers or job losses, or because they can't keep up with their mortgage payment, or they're bankrupt, or whatever it's gonna be. And so what's gonna happen is you're gonna be there with a flood of other people looking to sell their homes, and it's just gonna be a race to the bottom in price. And so what I don't want for you is I I do not want you to wait, and if that was to happen, sell your home and just have the prices going down and down and down and down because there's so many homes flooding the market. You're better off, if you have to sell now, capture your equity, go move on, buy a home, get those low interest rates, than waiting and seeing what can happen. Along with that, you can't predict the future. We don't know what's gonna happen. Real estate values could go up in 6 months and they could be at all-time highs, but they could go down and be at all-time lows. Unless you can predict the future, I know I cannot. We don't know what's gonna happen, but what I'm saying is, if you have to sell your home, just get it on the market, get it sold, get your equity, and move on to whatever that next phase in your life is. And the fourth and the last thing that I'm gonna share today is just this. Don't be ruled by fear. There's a lot of things, a lot of commotion, a lot of turmoil in the market right now. If you're watching the stock market, it's crazy. If you're listening to the news, it's crazy. Don't be ruled by fear. Don't let all your decisions be made based off of what might happen or what could happen. Make some logical decisions. Take the information in, filter out all the bad and the negative and the stuff that's just junk. Get real information, real data about what's going on. Make an educated decision about buying a home, about selling a home, or whatever it might be. That means you might be needing to contact a real estate professional, a lender, a financial planner, whatever it's gonna be, whatever your situation is. You need to make sure you have the appropriate information before just dismissing the thought of buying or of selling because it's a bad time in the market. It may or may not be a good time, but you won't know unless you do research and you contact professionals and you actually see what's going on and what would make the most sense for you and for your family. So I hope all that makes sense. Overall, it's a great time to be in real estate. It's a great time to be in the world. It's a great time to be in America. Just stay safe, don't get sick. And if you need to buy a home or sell a home, contact myself or another real estate professional in your area, and we can help you make those decisions and get on to that next phase of your life. So I hope you liked this video. If you do, please like it down below. Comment as well. Let me know what you liked, what comments and questions you have, and also subscribe and stay tuned for the next one.